Today, we're actually going to be taking a look at Roblox in the year of 2025 so far. And the last time I actually made one of these videos, well, we made it up to the month of May. This year has actually had a lot going on with it, but it doesn't actually feel like anything has happened, which is actually super depressing. Now, summer has passed. Literally, next week is the start of fall. Officially, people are actually going back to school. And unfortunately, I don't think summer has been the best for the Roblox platform at all, if we're being quite honest with everybody. But instead of just talking about it, let's actually dive into it and break down each month. So without further ado, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's check out Roblox 2025 so far. Now, we're actually going to start this one back in April, which is really weird because we're going to skip all the way to June right after, but that's because we didn't cover this game before, and that is Beaks. Beaks came out around the end of April, and the game was meant to be popular. The trailer had a lot of views, but the gameplay was very mediocre. Now, obviously, it was meant to take from the direct hype and influence that its predecessor Fish had, and from the trailer, it looked like it could have done that. However, once you actually got into the game, it was kind of mediocre. In my opinion, the gameplay wasn't that exciting, entertaining, or anything of the sort. Basically, you had a gun and you had to shoot down birds and collect rare birds, whether they're shiny, golden, etc. You're just traversing around the map, collecting a bunch of different varieties of birds, and honestly, that's it. And there wasn't actually much you could do other than, you know, get different guns, different ammo types, and shoot different types of birds. Even if you compare it to a game like Fish had way more entertaining content to do. Beaks is still currently on the platform and it is playable, but it's sitting around about 400 concurrent players, so you can check that out at any time. In the month of June, we actually got Mugen. Mugen finally released to the public, and as we discussed before, as everybody even knows, Mugen is literally just a glorified battlegrounds game where you spam, hold, click M1 to fight. Like literally, you're just spam clicking M1, and that's the game in its entirety. There's nothing really interesting about it. It's kind of just a TikTok cinematic game. As we speak, Mugen has about 5,000 players, which is actually a lot for a game you just hop in a giant base plate and click M1, if you ask me. But for those of you who like Mugen, I mean, it's there for you to play, but nothing really that entertaining. Also in the month of June, we actually got the Beyond Nen movie, which everybody was actually kind of looking forward to finally being able to see, because Beyond Nen has been in development for a very long time, and I mean a very long time. So actually getting a showcase on the game's features, and just some more gameplay mechanics that we haven't actually seen was actually quite interesting. Now, in that movie, there was a lot of redundant information, as well as the fact that they did say the game might actually be planning for a July release. Just want to throw it out there now. I know we're still in the month of June, but guess what? It didn't release. Shocker, right? Roblox anime developers and not releasing their games when they say they're gonna release it. Honestly, it goes hand in hand at this point. But honestly, who's actually surprised? If you don't know, Beyond Nen is a Hunter x Hunter game, hence the name Nen, because they use Nen in Hunter x Hunter. Next up in the month of June, we actually got another release, Jumpstart. Now, Jumpstart is a Brawl Stars inspired game through and through, literally Brawl Stars. You have a bunch of anime characters, they get put into a map and you fight. There's different game modes, collect the gems. They even have like a soccer/football game mode where you need to get the ball to the back of the other opponent's base or spawn. There's a battle royale mode, etc. It's actually quite a fun game to play in your party or with a group of friends, but not much more can really be said. It's basically just Brawl Stars but Roblox anime. As of the time of this recording, Jumpstars is actually at about 2,000 concurrent players, and again, you can actually play this with your friends. It's actually quite entertaining. Also in the month of June, we actually got Goalbound, but it was a playtest, not an actual release. The Goalbound playtest was honestly just a Roblox anime football slash soccer game. It was literally just a blue lock Roblox game. In my opinion, it doesn't really feel any different to the rest of the blue lock games that are already on the platform. That's just my opinion, don't shoot me. But the playtest on the most part went pretty smoothly. The game functioned as it should, and I'm actually not sure if anything follows this because Goalbound isn't out on the platform yet, but I'm very sure it's still being worked on. Don't quote me though. But it was just the playtest. The next day the game was gone. So if you didn't get to participate in it, oh well, and if you did, you probably enjoyed it, I guess, because I don't know. Blue lock games are boring. And lastly, in the month of June, there was actually a game that released called Dig. Now Dig is a different take on the whole fish type of formula on the Roblox platform, and I'm very sure it's made by the same developers. However, just like the name implies, you dig up treasures and you dig things. You dig for treasures, etc. Not only do you dig, the map is actually huge, so you're actually able to use transportation like cars in order to get to different locations and spots and areas. And they even added bosses that you fight in the game, which is a bit weird in my opinion actually. Now I never actually checked it out because I just have no interest in games like this. It just feels like developers trying to strike the same luck that they did with fish. The gimmick is kind of played out and a bit boring in my opinion. Now Dig is currently sitting at about 400 concurrent players, and the game actually did get a lot of people to try the game, but it wasn't actually that pop. Nevertheless, if you want to try it out, I'll leave links in the description. Now for the month of July, and in July we actually got one of the more interesting games that I did enjoy, though it was very short-lived, but I did enjoy, and that is Rogueblox. Rogueblox in the month of July actually released to the public, and honestly it was a very smooth release in my opinion. The game was actually really entertaining, and Rogueblox is obviously inspired from Rogue lineage, but there's a lot of differences in gameplay, but there's a lot of similarities in gameplay also. In my opinion, where Rogueblox actually lacked was towards its end game, and the fact that for some reason the developers, when they did finally update the game, it just wasn't. Well, currently as we speak, Rogueblox is closed because the game actually got hacked, which is pretty annoying. There's not actually much games on the Roblox platform that's actually entertaining to play, so some weird, random, goofy, weirdo, actual degenerate going out of their way to hack the Rogueblox game, it's actually kind of irritating. It's annoying. I hate degeneracy, and that's what it feels like whoever the hacker was for Rogueblox is, a degenerate. Why hack Rogueblox? Go hack Type Soul. Anyways, also in the month of July we got Tennis Zero, and I'm not gonna lie, Crollo is just serial releasing sports anime game. Just serially, he's just spamming them at this point. I respect the grind, I respect the hustle. Tennis Zero at the time of this recording is actually sitting at about 2,000 to 3,000 players, and it's actually a pretty fun game. Tennis games in general are pretty fun, so I do recommend actually trying it out. It's there for you to play. Also in the month of July, Crollo actually put out a trailer or a showcase of Soccer Zero. It's really just a trailer, but the fact that he put out the announcement is a big deal because the trailer actually has over 600,000 views, and obviously Soccer Zero is going to be one of the more popular sports games he releases, mainly because it's obviously going to be taking inspiration from games like Blue Lock, games, anime. So it is actually a pretty big deal, but they said they want to take their time and make the game really good, not only putting Blue Lock abilities but also their own abilities inside of the game. So they want the game to release with content. Also in the month of July, we got a Sorcery Scam again. Now technically it's not really a scam, but it actually is kind of a scam because it's kind of deceitful to the player base that's already loyal to them, making them buy access to the game again when they've already bought access to the game before is deceitful. It's not really scamming, but it's just a really bad practice. You can consider it scamming, but at the same time it's not scamming. It's just really low vibration. Why would you do that? That's actually it's a really bad practice. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of scumbaggy. But let's just call it a scam because the owners of Sorcery are not human beings. But for anyone who re-bought access to the game again and again, honestly, you deserve it. You deserve each other. The game barely has any new content from almost 2 years ago, so GG, I guess. And finally, in the month of July, we have Type Soul re-release. And I'm not gonna lie, I was actually pretty excited for Type Soul re-release. I knew it was gonna be bad from the trailer, but I didn't know how bad was going to be. You would have thought that a game that was closed for 8 months would have re-released with content, not just content, working, functional, just for there to be a heap of bugs that actually hindered you from actually being able to play the game on release. And when they fixed that, there was still more bugs that hindered you from being able to play the game. And we just realized that there wasn't actually that much content. A lot of the content was hidden behind having to AFK for 20 hours. Even then, it still was not a lot of content. It wasn't 8 months worth of content, I can tell you that. And then we found out some other stuff about the game, which we won't talk about here, but I guess Type Soul's there. Well, the Roblox anime community is really in a bad place right now, so Type Soul actually does have quite a few players playing the game right now. And as we're recording this video, Type Soul has 51,000 players. And on weekends, it can reach anywhere between 70 to 100k, depending if there's an update or not. Hopefully, a game releases and kills this game because it doesn't deserve to be on the platform. Now for the month of August, we actually started getting sneaks on a game called Eleon, which is a Pokemon inspired game that actually looks really high quality. Hopefully the developers don't sell. We don't know too much about the game. It's probably not going to release this year, but it does look good nevertheless. Fingers crossed. Honestly, putting hope in Roblox developers is probably the one thing we have learned not to do in 2025. But again, fingers crossed. Next up in the month of August, we actually got a Blox Fruits copy called Vox Seas. Now I didn't cover this game on purpose. The game released, I think it peaked about 20 to 30,000 players. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it wasn't too high, but it wasn't that low either. And shortly after the game came out, it got copyright struck. Now I don't know if the game got taken down, content deleted, because the game's a direct copy of Blox Fruits, or for another reason, but I do know it had got reported and it's got content deleted. Apparently they're taking legal actions, or they're doing the right legal steps to make sure the game gets put back on the platform. But honestly, if you are one of the people playing Vox, I mean, GG, I guess. Every developer deserves to eat. I do believe that, but this game sucks. The game's terrible. So I mean, I guess whatever entertains you, I guess, you know. Also in the month of August, we actually got the whole Roblox drama. Roblox being banned and sued, and the whole scalp situation and the 445s, and yeah, Roblox is in a heat. Roblox is in the hot seat. They've lost a lot of money in the stocks and shares. They're getting sued by different states. Roblox is getting banned in multiple places around the world. It's looking really scary for Roblox at the moment. However, Roblox will probably be fine. Emphasis on probably. We really don't know what the outcome of this whole thing is going to be. This whole situation is still fairly new, and there's a lot of coverage on it, but Roblox 2025, I guess. Also in the month of August, we got Archived. Now Archived is a Project Moon inspired game, and that's honestly it. The game's not that fun, it's not that entertaining. The game does have a bunch of different weapons players are able to obtain and actually fight other players and PvE with, but the game's PvE is pretty stale, pretty boring. The game's PvP is decent at best, but there's not actually much to do in the game. The game doesn't actually have that much content. It's just not that entertaining. However, it has released, and as we speak, Archived is sitting around 6,000 players, and it's new, so it is a game for you guys to go play. Next up in the month of August, we were meant to actually have 4 Blues. But as everything in the Roblox anime community goes when it comes to games releasing, obviously it's not here. Now, the development team did put out a statement at the start of August saying that 1 week prior to the set release date, they will actually start marketing the game's CC phase. However, that hasn't started yet, and we are in the last week of August, so just believe the game isn't coming out this month. But then again, who's surprised? What's new in Roblox anime? I'm very sure CC phase will start soon, and if you don't know, Four Blues is a One Piece inspired Roblox anime game that's going to come out in a CC phase first before it actually has its public free-to-play release happen. But again, all of this was meant to happen in the month of August, and it's probably ending up not going to happen in the month of August. So yeah, GG. And last but not least, in the month of August, we have Heian's playtest. Now you can actually go play Heain right now. I'm not 100% sure how long the playtest is gonna last for. However, it is concurrently at 2,000 plus players, and you can play it right now for free on console and PC. But on console, you're gonna need a keyboard and mouse, I'm very sure. Heain is a Jujutsu Kaisen inspired game that took place in the Heain era of JJK. And since the last time I played it, the game actually has gotten a lot better, actually adding mobs and a progression system that actually makes a lot more sense. However, in my opinion, Heain is just kind of a bit lackluster in terms of the entertainment department. But that doesn't mean the game is bad whatsoever. Go check it out for yourselves and see if you like it. But that's it. That is Roblox 2025 so far, and that honestly covers the 3rd quarter. As we're actually approaching the 4th quarter of the year, I thought this video would literally be perfect considering the amount of time. Q3 has genuinely been terrible. The best we've gotten is Type Soul, and Type Soul is genuinely, I just don't think it deserves to be on the platform. It's so malicious, it's so predatory, it needs to be taken down in my opinion. And other than that, I guess we've gotten Rogueblox, that's gotten hacked. And on top of that, the developers they weren't really cooking. After the initial release, the updates that followed weren't the most entertaining. However, just before the game got hacked, they did drop some really decent updates. But yeah, it's been very shaky. Roblox in general has been very shaky. Again, Type Soul being the best we've got this year, and this year is actually almost finished. Again, we're approaching the last quarter of the month, the last quarter of the year, I mean, sorry. It's pretty upsetting. It's pretty upsetting. However, in the next couple videos, I'm actually going to be breaking down a lot more when it comes to Roblox anime games. You can be expecting to see videos and games you're looking forward to, and games that are actually going to be releasing that are confirmed. So, and games that are not coming out as well. Yeah, there's a lot of games that we thought were coming this year that aren't coming this year. Whether they've been hinted at it publicly or not, I'm gonna shed light on. So yeah, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna be giving you guys all the tea. Giving you guys information, the Roblox anime developers, and the Roblox developers are just not telling us in general. Yeah, we're gonna be exposing some people as well, not in a bad way, but just in a way where it's like they've been radio silent, and I kind of know what's been going on behind the scenes. Whether or not this gets me in trouble is gonna be questionable. Probably will end up getting me in trouble for some of the games I'm gonna be talking about in the next couple of videos, but it is what it is. Really and truly, the only games for developers I actually care about are not ones I'm going to be talking bad about. But then again, you never really know who has ties to other people and who have friends with each other. And then if I speak about a certain game, he might be friends with a developer that I am actually looking forward to. Then they're like, Revolver's a bad guy, we're banning him from the game. But you never know. But I don't mind burning certain bridges. There wasn't a bridge there anyways, so things of that nature. It's not even anything too bad, but you know, if a developer is radio silent about something, and then some random Roblox British YouTuber that's quite handsome but quite annoying at the same time speaking about it publicly, even though nobody should know information about this stuff, then yeah, it's a pretty big deal. So yeah, I'm gonna see you guys very soon. We got some juicy videos coming up. It's gonna take me a while to produce them because I'm not only lazy, I procrastinate. Well, I'm actually not lazy, I just procrastinate a lot. Does anybody have anything to help with procrastination? I'm a real big procrastinator. Maybe I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyways, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. I love and appreciate y'all boys. Peace.